I wanted to write a book about great Shakespeare actors for many different reasons, partly because I've loved acting. I loved going to see Shakespeare acted for really rather a long time now. I go back quite a long way. The first great Shakespeare actor whom I write about in this book, the first one that I saw, was Donald Wolfett, whom I saw in his greatest role, King Lear. I also saw him as Macbeth and as Othello too. He was a bit of an old barnstormer, was Donald Wolfett, but he was a splendid actor too, at his best. I also have had a long-standing interest in reading about the theatre, about the stage history of the plays, about the theatre in general, which I've written about quite a lot too. So it was a great pleasure to me to be able to come up with a proposal for a book on the greatest Shakespeare actors. We're not calling it the greatest Shakespeare actors, which would be perhaps a little bit invidious. After all, quite a lot of living actors who are great Shakespeare actors are not in my book. It was quite difficult to choose. There were many different reasons for choosing the actors in the book. It was partly the availability of material for them, biographies, for example, reviews. I've drawn heavily on reviews here at the Shakespeare Centre, headquarters of the Shakespeare Birthplace Trust. We have wonderful collections of reviews, cuttings books going back a long way, including all the reviews of the Stratford performances, for example, so I've drawn heavily on those. In choosing my actors, of course, the most recent ones include ones that I've seen from Wolfett, Edith Evans onwards, through Peggy Ashcroft, Paul Scofield, Laurence Olivier, Donna Sindon, Ian Richardson, Judi Dench. All these are great performers whose performances in Shakespeare I've admired and enjoyed enormously. Of course, I had to leave out people too, which has been a little difficult. So I've dedicated the book, I hope tactfully, to all the great Shakespeare actors who are not in this book, so that if they feel offended, they can console themselves with the thought that they're not that. I hope that when people read the book, they will share some of the enjoyment that I've had in writing it, that I've had in reading about these performances, in digging up my own memories of them, in stimulating my memories of them through reading biographies and theatre reviews and so on. And will sense something of the thrill, the excitement, the delight that I've had by seeing great actors in Shakespeare over 60 years or so.